Hello, everyone, and welcome to probably the last dugout that might be for the qualifiers. The next one would definitely be the final. So, pretty excited about this one. It's been an amazing journey so far. Yeah, a little sad that RCB couldn't make it to the final, but then you fans would definitely be happy about it. But yep, it's DC versus SRH today, and it's going to be a cracker of a match. Both the teams SRH definitely proving that they're a force to reckon with, and they've been pretty amazing throughout the season. And I think they definitely deserve to be in this qualifier. And same is the case with DC as well. Although a few bad games here and there in the second half of the session, but then I think they have what it takes to make it to the final as well. So it's going to be quite an interesting match. So let's start with Sunny. Sunny, what are your expectations from today's match? How do you think Delhi will perform today?
Well, probably, they should be looking to play this match as a one step closer to the final, rather taking it a very, very big match because we all know that SRH are coming off a very good win. They actually won 4 or 5 matches on a trot. They're in a similar spot which they were in 2016. So it's better that the DC boys should be playing on their strength rather than the opponent's weakness.
Yep, I think Delhi would be going all in today because this is the last game if they don't make it to the final. So they should definitely give everything they have. And given that performance against Mumbai, I think there are a lot of things that Delhi will definitely look to improve on. Yathat, what are your thoughts on this? And how do you think Delhi will perform today?
It's a really important game for both the sides, but the thing that DC should think as not that this is not the pressure game. This is just ordinary game. We have defeated SIH in the same situation previous year. It was a thriller game, hoping to get a same game. But yes, Delhi should just play their natural game. They should not play like this is the do or die situation. They should just relax and play their natural game. I think then the result will go our way.
Yep, definitely hoping that that's what Delhi does tonight. And moving to Mr. Surinder, who are you backing for today's match, Mr. Surinder? Who do you expect to win today?
It's a two-way thing. Hearts wants Delhi to win. Mind is saying Sunrisers to win. I just think Delhi have a lot of problems. The problem is Prithvi Shaw is a massive problem for them. I don't know why they just do not open with Stoinis and drop Shaw to 4 or 5 once the new ball is gone because his format as opener has been really bad, and the extra bowler has not been working for them either. So Noche and Rabada's levels have fallen a bit, and the third bowler has not come to the party, and it's only Ashwin, and Ashwin's been doing well. So really, they are in decline, whereas Sunrisers are getting better every game. So I think really, if Delhi win the toss, they should be chasing, not setting the target. I think if Delhi are going to be batting first, I think there's only going to be one winner, and that's going to be Sunrisers.
Yep, uh, definitely looking forward for this interesting matchup. We have Opian here as well. Opian, who are you supporting today? Who do you think will win this contest today?
Well, it might be blue in America, but it will always be orange in India, apparently. So I don't think there's much doubt. The predictor says 53 SRH for the remaining DC. But I mean, if this match was sometime a month ago or so, it would have been a no-brainer, and DC would have gone away hands down. But right now, the current form that DC is in, I mean, it's unfortunate that their international stars have started to let them down. I mean, you don't expect a Prithvi Shaw to have probably 9 single-digit scores out of 13 matches that he's played. Ajinkya Rahane, I personally was grieving about the fact that Rahane has left Rajasthan, but now I really don't know, not so much anymore. And Shikhar Dhawan, what happened to him after those 2 centuries? So the top order is in shambles right now. Apart from Glenn Maxwell, Rahane and Pant, both of them have the lowest strike rate in this tournament, who have played 100 balls. So that is quite a concern for Delhi. Marcus Stoinis is the only bright spot, and probably Shreyas Iyer, not on the basis of the last 2 matches, but probably Shreyas Iyer and Marcus Stoinis are the only 2 bright spots in the Delhi batting unit. The bowling, Rabada's going wicketless in the last I mean, he went like wicketless twice in the last 3 matches, right? So that has not that is a serious concern for Delhi. And he was one of the top bids to get the purple cap, and right now he's kind of away from that. Bumrah's ahead. So I really hope that Delhi strike well, strike back. I mean, it's two mega giants, two teams with huge stars, huge players, and it's supposed to be a good contest. But unfortunately, the contests with Delhi in the last few weeks have been kind of one-sided. So although I would want Delhi to qualify, but I think SRH still has an upper hand. So yeah.
Yep, I definitely think whatever you spoke was right. I guess that's the case for Delhi so far. But I definitely think that SRH has what it takes to make it through tonight, because they've definitely been that team that are on the way of resurgence, and they've showed us why they can really be the team who can take the trophy this season. So moving to you, Sunny, what are your thoughts on how Delhi might line up today? Given the last performance, do you think they'll make changes, or?
Well, Nitin, I think they should bring in Sandeep Lamichhane in today, because see, the match is being played at Abu Dhabi, and we all know that Abu Dhabi wickets support spinners a lot. The ball actually turns there, ball stops onto the wicket, and I feel playing Ashwin, Akshar, and Sandeep Lamichhane on this wicket could be a key factor for Delhi Capitals, and it could turn out to be a trump card for them, given that even SRH have actually won 2 games there in Abu Dhabi, and Abu Dhabi's ground has not been a very good ground for all the IPL teams this year.
Yep, definitely. Let's hope that Delhi are able to recover from the bowling disaster that they witnessed last time. But moving to you, Yatharth, what are your thoughts on how Delhi might line up today, and what changes they might bring to the lineup today?
I think the one change that they should definitely make is just Stoinis to open the innings, because he's timed the ball really well. He has all the shots in his books. He can be aggressive. He can anchor the innings. He can play the big shot. He can clear the big boundaries with the missiles he has. So if he opens, he will also support Shikhadi to come back to his form. And if they both work, and DC get to a great start, then it would be easy for the middle order batsmen like Rahane, Pant, and Iyer. So hoping for Stoinis to open the innings. And the point mentioned by Sunny is that Sandeep Namishen to bring in the side in place of Daniel Sams. I think they might have saved Sandeep Namishen for such a game. I think he might be an hidden piece of card for Delhi Capitals which can really turn the game. And also we saw in the last game RCB and Hyderabad. RCB played 3 spinners: Zampa, Moin Ali, and Washington Sundar, and even Chahal. They had 4 spinners, so which really in turn the game. It was a pretty low scoring game. We thought that the Hyderabad will win with ease, but the spinner took the game away almost took the game away. So I think Sandeep Namishan should be introduced in the side.
Yep, I think having him in the team can probably give Delhi that edge tonight. But let's see how it goes today. Moving to you, Mr. Surinder, what changes are you expecting from both the teams today? Are you expecting any changes from both the teams, or you're happy with how they have been so far?
SRH, exactly, no changes there. They don't need to change. They've got a winning unit. If one change, Priyam Garg out and Abhishek Sharma in for them, I think. Other than that, they got all their bases covered. Natarajan's been awesome. Nadeem has been really good, and I think Nadeem used to play for Delhi before, I think. So again, it'd be interesting for him. But for Delhi, all the changes there, and I agree with the guys. I think Lamachan need to come in for Sams, and then Stoinis up the top, and I'd probably drop Prithvi to 4 or 5 because they haven't got the batsman. They really miss, now it's getting to that time, they really miss Chris Wokes. I think Chris Wokes would have been perfect for Delhi, and unfortunately he's not playing, and also Jason Roy. So the 2 players that they lost after winning in the auction won't be playing. But I think the toss is very important, and I think again, Delhi has to, if they bowl the 3 spinners, they have to bowl first. But if they play their normal team, they they cannot afford to get the chase on for SRH, because SRH in the chase with Williamson in there, he's going to anchor them home. So very interesting, dependent on toss and squad makeup. I still think Sunrisers have the confidence to win the game.
I definitely think that's true. I think that SRH can actually win this game if they're chasing the game. So it would be wise for SRH to actually chase the game, because that's how strong they've been so far. And with Williamson in their team to anchor them home, I think it'll be perfect for SRH to chase the game. But let's see how
But Delhi
Delhi
have to
cope up with this.
yeah.
Yeah,
But Delhi
it,
have to take the first 2-3 wickets quickly, because the middle order of SRH after Williamson. So the key wicket stays Warner and Williamson. If Delhi can take those 2 wickets quickly, then it will be a very interesting game. If Warner comes to the party and if Saha plays, and that's another big thing. If Saha plays with Warner up front, it'll be very, very good, because if they get the base, I can't see Delhi chasing them up. So it really depends. If Delhi bats first, they've got to get a score of at least 165, 170. If they don't get anything lower than that, I really think Sunrisers will chase that down. And if Sunrisers bat first, they've got to keep them to a low score, because obviously the Delhi batting isn't firing. But again, Aya can come to the party. Stoinis as opener, I think that will be a very good move by Ricky Ponting. And if don't drop Prithvi, put Prithvi to 4 or 5. But the problem again is Pant. Pant's a big problem for Delhi Capitals as well, because he just gets out so stupidly for some shots. It's really brainless cricket, unfortunately, and we're seeing other someone like Ishan Kishan doing so well. I can't see Pant getting into the India team either.
yep, that's really well spoken. But I really think that the Delhi's batting order has been the area where they're going down. They have the bowling lineup, they have the paces that can actually get them wickets. Rabada has been so good so far, but he has not managed to get wickets in the past few games. But apart from that, he's been outstanding since the start of the tournament. So it'll be interesting to see how Delhi fix their batting today, because that's where the whole game lies for Delhi tonight. Because as you've said, the Pant hasn't been firing, Prithvi Shaw hasn't been firing, and Shikhar Dhawan after those centuries hasn't quite done the job. So it'll be interesting how the Delhi's batting lineup plays against SRH today. And I guess Delhi should actually chase the match today, because if they get their bowlers to get those early wickets, limit SRH to a mere score of probably 130, 140, then Delhi definitely has the game in their hands. But if SRH go anywhere above it'll be a tricky one to watch. So let's see how it goes. And moving to you, Opian, what are your thoughts on all this discussion? Like, what do you think Delhi might be weak at, and who do you think can snatch the game away for Delhi or even for SRH tonight?
Well, SRH needn't make any changes. Of course, they're a very settled side, and with the momentum going for them, I really don't think they need to make changes. But DC again, in such crucial stages, it's unfortunate that they have to make changes, because the batting has been a failure for a long time. Personally, I think I would have dropped Prithvi Shaw and brought in Harshal Patel, just to ensure that the bowling is better, and I would replace Daniel Sams with someone like Shimran Hetmaya, because he kind of loves his Indian bowling, pace, spin, whatever it is. So I would really trust him to smash it out. I'd probably open with Rahane, and maybe keep Shikhar at number 3. Go on with Pant at the top. Let's see how he figures out, because anyway he's not going to play the role of the finisher right now. So might as well give him some chances at the top. Let's see how it works out. Probably drop Shreyas Iyer a bit down, and replace his position with Shimran Hetmaya, so that he can get sufficient balls to play. I think Shreyas Iyer versus Rashid Khan is going to be a good battle, as the first best battle to look out for is, of course, Warner versus Rabada. But Shreyas Iyer versus Rashid Khan can also be a good battle. Shreyas Iyer or Rishabh Pant. The problem about having these big Indian names or big international players in your squad is that you really don't want to drop any of them. But the advantage is that they can play in any position. So Delhi has to be clever regarding this. Probably figure out the best combination, or probably figure out an out of the box combination, and just hope that it works for them. So yeah.
That's a good call, Uppian, to get Panther opening, because I say that way he can kind of just they're very similar to Rajasthan Royals, where basically their order is all over the place and the players are not performing. But in this case, it's the Indian players that are not performing, which is the batsmen. So having Rishabh Pant up top, that could be a say if they can get over the 6 overs without losing any wickets, then Delhi are definitely in the game. So it's going to be that first 5-6 overs where you can kind of see where the game is going to be heading to.
Yep, I completely agree with that. And I, for one, today am supporting SRH, and I think SRH is slowly proving to be that second team who looks like a complete team. Like they have a complete team, just like Mumbai Indians, and they have Warner, they have Saha. If they play Saha, it'll be really interesting to watch today. And then they have the likes of Williamson, then they have Jason Holder, and even the bowling has been pretty good so far. So they have Natarajan, and they have the best T20 spinner in the world. They have Rashid Khan. So I think a matchup between SRH and Mumbai in the finals would definitely be a cracking one, given how both the teams are looking so completely balanced. But let's see how Delhi plays today, and has plans to spoil the party
Yeah.
tonight. So it'll be
Yes,
quite an
Nitin.
interesting match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a quick one. Obviously, out of all the bowlers, let's not forget Sandeep. And I think Sandeep has been absolutely amazing in the last 3 or 4 games. And he doesn't get the plaudits from all the fans and cricket community because the way he's been bowling, he's taken over 100 IPL wickets. And we look at Sunrisers and the way they've used the transfer market. I know Delhi signed, was it Praveen, the spinner? But other than that, the Jason Holder, getting him in for Mitch Marsh, they've actually upgraded their all-rounder. And again, not having Bhuvi, the other bowlers have stepped up. So when it comes to Indian talent, Sandeep, I really, really hope he can move on and maybe even challenge for the World Cup, because I rate him as high as Deepak Chahar. So very, very underrated player, and he's bowled exceptional. And I think from the Indian side, we look at our Indian bowlers, and Sandeep and Natarajan are definitely up there. And that's why I say everybody loves to wants Sunrisers to do well, because obviously with the Indian bowling they have, and losing Bhuvi, it's like us losing Archer. At the start, you would say, "Oh, Bhuvi's gone." That's like losing your main strike bowler. Even if Delhi didn't have Rabada, just imagine Delhi didn't have Rabada for 2 or 3 games, they would really suffer. But whereas Sunrisers, they've really turned the corner. So yes, I think Sunrisers are everybody's second choice, and I think they are in a better position to beat Mumbai in the final than Delhi, because I think Delhi are carrying too many scars.
I completely agree with that. And yep, I definitely should have mentioned Sandeep Sharma in that lineup as well, because he's been outstanding in the previous few games, and he definitely does deserve the applause that he so badly deserves. But I really think, just a minute.
Sunny, so what do you think has led to the decline in Rabada and Noche? Is it
Well, I
tiredness?
think, yeah, maybe it could be tiredness, because you see IPL is a long tournament, and you've given I think 14 matches on a trot to someone like Kagis or Abada, who has been a lethal bowler in red ball cricket as well as white ball cricket. But at some point of time, you got to give rest to your main players just before the knockout games comes, because see, if they're not able to perform in the knockout stages, then it's a headache for you. But if you provide them proper rest, then it's good for those strike bowlers also, because they can be very lethal if the rest is provided to them.
Yeah, and I say Daniel Sams, again, if you compare him to having Chris Wokes in the team, that would be a really it's a big difference. And I think you really have missed Chris Wokes, and he would have been vital for your thing, especially at the business end of the tournament.
Well, probably I think Anrik Nokia was the one who came in as a replacement for Chris Wokes, and Daniel Sams came in as a replacement for Jason Roy. So Nokia has done the job which Chris Wokes could have done, but I agree with you that if Wokes would have been there in place of Daniel Sams, then it would have made a huge, I would say, difference to what DC is looking right now.
Yeah. And again, I just say it's the batting. The batting is just been so problematic. It's like us, like Rajasthan Royals. We did not know who's our areas, our key batsmen, and then when it got too late, why aren't they starting with Stoinis? I just don't understand that.
I think just to interrupt, I think the biggest problem is Rishabh Pant not firing. He's been providing them consistently with 600, 500 runs in every season, and this year he's barely managed to take it to 300, and his strike rate has been alarmingly low. So somebody like a Rishabh Pant who plays such a key role for them, Shreyas Iyer might fire, might not fire, but Rishabh Pant, he generally always does. As far as Delhi is concerned, I think it's a huge headache, not just for Delhi but also for India. He's still our number one wicketkeeper choice as far as the tests are concerned, and him not firing is certainly a crucial thing. Also, Prithvi Shaw having such a abysmal performance. I mean, his feet are not moving. I don't know what is happening. I mean, they have such good coaches to mentor. Ricky Ponting probably needs to have a hard talk with Prithvi, because it's not like he's been this pathetic throughout the tournament. He's had a couple of 50 plus performances. It just makes no sense to see him bat like this. Earlier his footwork used to be as smooth as anything, but this time it's just not clicking. Instead, Shikhar Dhawan has actually been a revelation. So I still think they should try to fix their two P's, Prithvi and Pant. I think that's the biggest headache. Stoinis is the only lone star in the batting lineup right now, so you don't really want a player like Stoinis right up against because Rashid Khan might bowl a couple of overs in the power play. So you don't really want him to face Rashid Khan. Probably give him to other players. You never know. Stoinis against Jason Holder might be a good matchup. So yeah, these things might just come out.
And Sunny,
And
to
I
you.
think, sorry, I think Stoinis playing against Rashid Khan can also, do the magic for Delhi, because we've all seen how Rahul Tewatia performed against Rashid Khan in that match, and I think Stoinis has got that firepower to, probably get Delhi home with his hitting. So even if Stoinis plays against Rashid Khan in those power play overs, I don't think that should be a bigger problem if he plays with the form he usually does. So I think it'll be a good matchup if Stoinis actually gets to open the innings and probably gets to play against Rashid Khan in the power play. But yes, as we all know, I think it's the two P's, as Opian mentioned, that have been the problem for Delhi so far. And Rishabh Pant not actually firing this season can clearly make a difference, and DC are actually witnessing the difference that he can make. So hopefully he gets to step up today, and hopefully he gets to show us that blistering knock he's always known to show. So let's hope that he does perform well today. And finally, moving to you, Sunny, what are your thoughts on who will make it to the final after this match today? Who do you think is going to win?
Well, as Surendraji mentioned, that heart says Delhi, mind says SRH, and I even mentioned that in the previous episode that only team I fear in the playoffs is SRH, because they are in a similar spot what they were in 2016. They had to win all, and they went on to win the final, and this year also they have to win it all, and we might see them sneaking into that final. But I just wanted to say something that someone like Kimo Paul could be a big asset, as I mentioned about Sandeep Lamishane. But I think what we can do is we can bring in Kimo Paul and Praveen Dubey, as I don't I see it as a very big headache, because Sandeep has been very good over the global leagues which he has been playing. But Kimo Paul on this wicket, ball not coming onto the bat properly, his variations would be very useful for Delhi Capitals, and he has been a very good player in the CPL also. So Kimo Paul and Praveen Dubey making it into the 11 could be a tricky situation for Delhi Capitals, and it could turn out to be a good thing for them. And I agree with Surinder ji. Let's if Delhi could open with Rishabh Pant in this match, because anyway he hasn't been giving us a lot of runs in the middle overs. So why not take a chance in the power play? Hopefully he can give quick 40, 50 runs of 20, 25 balls, and that will do the job for us.
Yep. I think that's a really interesting thought, and I really think that Delhi can make it today if I agree with you. I agree that you're saying the heart says Delhi, but the mind says SRH, because SRH have definitely been that team that have been in a similar position back in 2016, and they're right on the same path now. So I think they have the most experience in situations like this, and given how they're playing so far, and given how they've resurrected from the dead in the second half of the IPL this season, I really think they have what it takes. But we can't write Delhi off yet, because even they've shown how good they can be on their good days. So it's definitely going to be an interesting match. But let's move on to Yatharth, and let's hear your thoughts on who might make it to the final today, and what are your final thoughts on how today's match might go.
The team Delhi is such like that it likes to give shock to the people watching the game. Before the 2019 season, all the people say that Delhi Daredevils is not such game which can qualify to the or make it to the playoffs. But after that 2018, we saw Delhi qualifying in 2019 in 2020. So you never know. People are saying that SRH might win, but DC is such a roller coaster team that they might prove everyone wrong and hit to the final and then click to the trophy.
Definitely hoping that this would be another such roller coaster for Delhi, and actually, winning this match and going into the final again, and probably winning the final as well, would definitely be a roller coaster, given how they were not, how they lost to Mumbai in the first qualifier, and made it back in the second qualifier, and finally won the match. And this would be the first trophy for Delhi, so it'll be really amazing to have
This would be
a
the
new
first
team with.
final for Delhi.
First
This would be the
final,
Yeah.
first
yeah.
final.
That too. It'll be amazing if Delhi can actually win the cup this season, because at the start of the IPL, we all wanted a new team to lift the trophy this season, and we've been saying that since then. Like, since in every dugout, we all wanted a new team to win the trophy this season. So yep, it'll be fun even if Delhi wins, but it's a tough match today. So let's see how it goes. Also, moving to you, Opian, what are your thoughts on who might win today's match and make it to the final?
Yeah, I would really like to see Kimo Paul. I completely forgot his name. I mean, what happened to him after 2019? He was kind of the DC's emerging player. So he can offer with the bat. His bowling can be at. I mean, DC can use him like RCB used Isuru Udana. Those slowish off cutters might really come handy. So it's actually a good option to have, and I hope they remember him. The problem with having 25 people is that you often forget the good players in your squad. Mohit Sharma, a player of international caliber, Mohit Sharma is still sitting on the bench. So he was not. He's still been unused. So I really hope DC remembers these players and probably gives them an opportunity. Just go all out for it today, because you never know. I mean, it's still an achievement if you reach the finals. It's still a first for you, so might as well do that. But SRH, the thing with SRH is that they have Trevor Bayliss. I mean, he's not on the field, but off the field, he has a peculiar record. Like he was the KKR coach in 2014, and they had probably 2 wins from their first 7 games, and they needed to win all the rest, and they had a 9-win drought throughout. Same thing happened with England when they needed two teams consecutive wins to qualify for the finals, and that's what they did. And now SRH is on a streak right now, so you never know. Maybe there's something magical about this person, Trevor Bayliss. He's probably the coach to look out for. So yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting match. I really hope SRH or DC probably comes out handy. It's always nice to see a good team. It's always nice to see a new team win, and that's what I expect. So yeah.
Yep,
Surinder ji.
definitely. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, and I agree, and that's a really good point by Upian having Mohit Sharma, because I actually picked Rajasthan Royals to pick Mohit Sharma at the auction. So and where's he gone? So again, an experienced bowler, somebody who likes the slower, lower wickets. Mohit would be a really good pick, and I think DC have missed that trick of playing Mohit and playing Kimopo early in the tournament, and also Sandeep. So when they were winning, they could have just changed one player around and given these people match practice. But it's going to be risky putting them in the fire pit. But again, today I want to see Panto Stoinis open the batting. I want to see Delhi get through 6 overs without losing any wickets. Because if that happens, then we'll have a really good game. If that doesn't happen, then I can only see one winner, and that'll be Sunrisers, who in the final, I think, can beat Mumbai Indians. So I think Mumbai are probably wanting Delhi to get to the final more than Sunrisers, because Sunrisers are so unpredictable. But again, it should be a great match. Looking forward to the batting and bowling battles. And again, the toss is important, and the team selection for Delhi. I think Sunrisers have got the momentum, and that's a very hard thing in cricket. Once you've got the team with the momentum, you should as well. So I'll be surprised if Delhi win, but equally I'll be happy. So it's a real good game for the neutral fan, and let's see what happens. But again, I've just loved this Sunrisers team, man, and the way they beat RCB, such a methodical way was absolutely brilliant to see. But let's hope Ricky. I want Ricky to win. Yeah, Ricky. I like Ricky, man. I like Ricky Ponting. So maybe I want to get Delhi in the final and Delhi to win. Roll macha, as we say.
No machas, yeah, no machas.
Definitely. It's been very interesting so far, and it's been an amazing ride so far. And it's just one last game before we go into the final. So let's hope that the best team wins. And I definitely expect today's match to be a cracker of a match. So it'll be interesting to see how the match goes today. And also a quick info about the final dugout that we'll be doing. We're doing a special session on the 10th of November at 2 p.m. IST, and we have a special guest coming over for the Fan Dugout for the final. So I would love to see you all there, and we have put up a registration link on our Instagram page. So in case you haven't registered for that yet, please go ahead and do that, and we would love to have you there, and share your thoughts and share your experiences of the whole dugout sessions throughout that we had throughout, and share your experiences about the IPL and how it's been for you so far. So thank you so much for joining in today. And
Nitin, just before we end this, I just wanted to share something that
Sure,
Prithvi Shaw might be dropped today, because I am reading it somewhere that they're looking to drop Prithvi Shaw today, and they'll be opening with Stoinis and Dhawan.
Wow!
amazing.
Wow!
Well, that
Good
just
luck,
lighted
good
up
luck.
the. Yep, definitely. That'll be more interesting to watch now. So, yep. On that note, I guess we just have 1 minute left. So, I'd like to thank you all so much for joining in today, and may the best team win, and may we get to witness an amazing match. And I'll definitely see you guys for the final dugout, where we'll have more fun probably. So, see you guys then.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining
Thank
in,
you.
guys.
Goodbye.